Hello everybody and welcome to my sewing vlog. I'm always so excited to talk to you, right? But today is beyond excited. I'm really so thrilled to be able to share an announcement with you all about building community. I'm going to share that with you in just a second. I just want to kind of give you an update on where I am with the regular stuff, the regular sewing projects. So first of all, you don't see any bridal gowns or bridesmaids dresses behind me anymore, right? Those are done. They are out the door. And I am just so happy with how it all turned out. Oh, that was quite a mountain to climb. But you know what? Beautiful. And it was a pleasure to do that kind of work. The bridal gown, I ended up doing all kinds of like hand stitching, like hand appliquing these heavier pieces of lace back onto the dress after I had to manipulate that front part. That was something else. But it was a real pleasure. Like, you know, when you do work that makes you feel like a real craftsperson, like it was that kind of feeling. And it was lovely. She was thrilled. The two bridesmaids dresses, easy peasy by comparison, no problem there. So that is done. That's so nice. And then from my last vlog, so many people, like everybody said, oh yes, please do that laundry video. So I definitely will do that. In fact, that will be the next tutorial. The bridal tutorial is just coming out probably like minutes before this vlog comes out. It was a lot of footage and a lot of editing and hard to get it down to under an hour. I just have to sort of tie the bow on that package, and then that one's going out. And the next tutorial will be the laundry video, which I thought was just going to be a quick little Wednesday extra. And so I just started writing down like a few little laundry tips and tricks. And then it turned into like pages of like, oh yeah, I guess there's quite a bit to say about laundry. And then quite a few comments. People said, oh, I do this and I do that. And so I looked into a few different suggestions from people, a few different products that people suggested. So that will be the tutorial for next weekend. And I think it really will be out on the weekend this time, right? I'm slowly getting caught up. Last week, the weekend tutorial didn't come out till Wednesday. This week it's coming out Monday. So yeah, I'm getting caught up. So for sure, the weekend tutorial will be laundry, and I think it'll be a nice one. And then from my last tutorial, the one about the capsule wardrobe, a lot of people said that they liked the mock-up that I was making with the body in one fabric and then the turtleneck and sleeves out of a different fabric. And by the time that video was posted and I saw those comments, it was a little too late. People were saying that they really liked that mock-up as is, but I had already decided that I didn't. I didn't like the sleeves with it, so hopefully you like this too. What I did was I took the sleeves off and I had just enough fabric to cut the turtleneck, and I made it into a sleeveless turtleneck, which I always love. I love a nice sleeveless turtleneck because I think it looks elegant on its own. But if I put a jacket over it, I'm not like dying of combustion. So I think this is a good solution. I used this second fabric just to make the ribbing for around the armhole. And that I quite like. That kind of was like a nice little balance. And I was able to use that ribbing to ease in the armhole so that it didn't have to have a bust dart, and it still sits nicely there. So that worked out nicely. So that catches us up with last week. Next week, we're good. So now let me tell you about my community building announcement. I've never been very interested in having a membership because I thought, well, it's not like I'm holding back on my YouTube channel. It's not like I'm not already giving everything I have to give. So what could I possibly offer members on top of what I'm already doing on YouTube? But then my friend Tracy told me about this platform called School. It's a membership, but its entire emphasis is about building community. And I thought, okay, well, that's perfect because that's what I'm trying to do here, right? I love when I'm able to bring people together. That's why I love the fashion travel, the retreat, and the fashion trips, because it's amazing when you bring 10, 15 people together who love the same things. Like, it's instant bonding, instant friendships that last for life. And it's so gratifying to be able to make that happen. Like, that's something that I don't want to hold back on. I want to be able to share that with you because it has enriched my life so much to have these people who love the same things that I do, are so fun and supportive and creative and just great friends to have in my life. So here's the deal. This new membership, I'm calling it Catherine's Sewing Room, and I really want it to have that feeling where I'm inviting you into my sewing room. I'm inviting you right in where there's a whole group of other people who are already there waiting to meet you, people who love the same things that you do. So it's a membership that you join. And once you're in, it's sort of like, it looks kind of like Facebook. Like if you know how to use Facebook, you'll be fine. It's got separate categories of conversation threads. So already I've invited anybody that's traveled with me, anybody that's come on a retreat or on the Italy trip, or I've just invited the people on the Montreal and Toronto trip. So it's already populated with a really great group of women who are just all in love with the same things. We all love sewing, thrifting, upcycling, fashion, sustainability, and travel. We all love all of that. And so it's just like a party with everybody who loves the same things as you do. So there's different categories for conversations on top of the regular discussion page. There's a category for thrifting, for sewing questions, for sharing your sewing successes, sewing rooms and storage ideas, fabric shopping, general discussion, fun links to check out. And members can post in there and put in pictures. So it's a really lovely way to share your sewing successes. Sometimes people send me pictures of things that they've just made, but this is way better because you're not just sharing it with one person, you're sharing it with your people, right? You're sharing it with this group of people who get it, who understand the process that you just must have gone through and can celebrate your success with you. I also love the sewing questions because it's not just me answering, right? It's sort of like crowdsourcing an answer, really, because other people can respond and help you with your questions. I'll be on there every day, but I'm really looking forward to seeing different people helping each other out. That's really where we're going to be building community. There's also a calendar on there where we'll post events. So we have our first little coffee hour coming up soon, and that's just going to be super chill, super casual, like literally like grab your coffee, grab your cup of tea, whatever, and we'll just chat for half an hour or an hour, whatever we feel like. It's very relaxed. So I think we might do that maybe once a week. We'll see how it goes. It's entirely up to us and how we want to build that. And then I think we'll have a challenge once a month, which is totally optional. Don't let that intimidate you. A monthly challenge where I might kind of take it out of something like a video that I've just posted and say and turn that into a challenge for the members. And on the calendar, I'm also posting the upcoming trips so that you have a little bit more time to kind of plan ahead so that hopefully you're able to come on a trip with us one of these days. But my favorite part of the whole platform is this map. On the map, it'll show a pin of your approximate location. So that means you'll be able to look and see if there are other members who live close by to you, because that's where it gets really exciting. I would just be over the moon if I find out that there are 3 people in Florida or in Australia or in England, 3 members that decided to get together face to face and go for coffee, go thrifting, do some sewing together. I would be so excited to hear that you got together with other members and that you formed new friendships, because that is so enriching. It has enriched my life so much, as I say, to have this group. And in fact, just this past weekend, I got together with Elizabeth and Jane, who were on the Seattle retreat. Sabina joined us and she was on the Italy trip. We just did a quick little run to a farmer's market to go and see Jess, who was that woman that does the Vert studio that I was so excited about meeting at the Frocktails event. And holy smokes, she's amazing and such a great person. And so we're going to reconnect with her. And I've got more to tell you about her and how I want to share her work with you. That's going to be fun. But the more people that come together and meet up like that, that just makes the world a better place, doesn't it? It just makes the world a better place where you feel connected to people who get you. You feel like you found your people, and that's exactly what I want to build here. So one reason why I started to become interested in starting a membership was because of comments where people were saying, I wish you lived next door to me and we could just hang out and sew. I wish I had a group of friends that I could go thrifting with. I wish I had a sewing buddy. I wish I had friends that could just come on over and help me solve this sewing problem I'm having. And that desire for friendship, that desire to find your people, I was 100% there with you. And the way that I found my people is through the retreats and the trips and staying in touch with people who've gone on those experiences with me. Now, not everybody can afford a trip or a retreat, or it just does not fit into your schedule. But this membership is going to be much more affordable and much easier to fit into anybody's schedule. So you can just start with a 7-day free trial that you can just come on into the sewing room, check it out, see if you feel comfortable. I'm sure you're going to feel comfortable, though. It's really a lovely community. Then if you decide to stay, it's $9 a month or $90 a year, which is way less money than a trip or a retreat. It's also way less money than joining like a women's group. I have a couple friends that I had lunch with lately. They were telling me, I didn't know that they belong to these like tennis clubs and women's university clubs and things like that. And I just started wondering, how much do those cost? And they're like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, like sometimes thousands of dollars. That's not for everybody. But I think that a $9 a month membership, which you can cancel at any time, no problem at all. But I think that that's pretty reasonable and affordable for most people, especially given the value that I really hope that it brings you. And another cool thing about school is that you can share the link with anybody that you want to share it with. And then that actually turns you into an affiliate. You can just do that on your own. And then you get 30% of their membership fees forever. So if you share it with 3 people, that pretty much covers your membership fee. So I kind of like that too. So with all of that said, I really hope you come on into Catherine's Sewing Room, make yourself at home, make some new friends, and even have some face-to-face get-togethers, because I will just be over the moon to hear that that actually is happening. That about does it for today. So I hope you have a fantastic week. I look forward to meeting you in Catherine's Sewing Room. And until next time, you take care.